Yo, 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 yo,
Yo.
Yo, wow.
Yo.
Michelle, I don't know, Rachel, Michelle Adana, guys. She's on your tail right now because these yos.
She's on your tail.
She was, and then if she's on the camera, you see her she's doing a little dance. She got a little yo dance. She's trying to take the crown. She's trying to take the yo crown from Rachel.
Oh my God, no. Rachel has it. She's keeping it there, and it's okay. I could be the princess of it. I don't mind.
All right. So, but great way to start the show. What's up? I'm Jay Ferns. Everybody else, introduce yourselves.
I'm Michelle Adana. Hi.
What up? Frank Nizza from the Heights. You know how we do it, baby.
You know how we do it, yo. We up in we up in the rooftops and shit.
Top scaffolding. Okay. You know how we do, baby.
We outside.
We outside, baby.
We outside. The weather though, it's getting a little cold out there, so I don't know if I'm gonna be outside for too long.
Taking out the coats now, yo.
I'm taking out the turtlenecks and shit.
The Tims are out.
The Tims out.
The Tims. But real New Yorkers were wearing Tims like at the beach. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my God.
But like regular people, like now they're taking out the Tims.
Yo, the fungus that will create in the heat in the Tim. Oh my God. Okay, I'm just saying. That's why I don't wear mine in the summer.
Yo. But when it gets chilly like that, there's certain people, they can't wait to take out like their Tims and their jackets. Like, there's some people that rush to it.
I like the thin jacket weather. I don't like these big, when it gets big, bulky jackets, it's just like, why am I even outside? So, anywho's, we're going to talk a little bit about our interview and who we have on the show, but I want to find out what you guys were up to, this week. Anything interesting to share? Frank, you look like you have something you want to talk about.
I've had a boring week. I got this job up in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I don't know if anybody's been to Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Isn't that where Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom?
Yeah, man. I got a job up there, and I'm doing construction on a 3-family house with my boy called Taliban, and we're doing a house up there. But
Taliban?
His name is Taliban. Taliban. They call him Taliban because they say he could fuck up anything. But this guy fixes houses. He fixes cars. He did Mike's house, by the way. He did Mike's apartment when he lived in the bridge apartments. This guy's really good. He's good. All types of jobs. And I took a job with him up there. But I never been to like a rural place like that for so long. Everything is like fucking tobacco. Everything is like with sugary drinks and cigarettes. Like everywhere. Like everything is fast food restaurant. There's no ethnicity. It's just weird. Like,
wait, so what is it like a bad neighborhood? Because I know some places in Allentown are quite.
It's like rural Pennsylvania. It's like it's all right. You have a few Latinos, you have Dominicans up there, you have Puerto Ricans up there.
Yeah, because I got family. I got like Puerto Rican, like Puerto Rican side of my family. Like some of them live up in Allentown. And I just heard that it's not probably like the best neighborhood at times.
Nah, it's just weird, man. I'm just like, I can't wait to come back to New York, bro. I gotta get back to the noise, the sirens,
You're not like a suburban, like when you have to like sleep over in someone's house, like in the suburbs, like, are you freaking out because it's so quiet?
I can't sleep. I don't hear no noise. I'm just hearing crickets. I can't go to sleep. So I don't sleep when I sleep in those places. I feel scared because I'm not hearing anything. I feel like I keep on hearing like if someone's coming through the front door. I think about like a haunted house or Friday the 13th. Halloween. That's all I think about. I swear to God. So I'd rather not.
So be that spaces. Door sound of like the.
Yup.
You gotta put some WD-40. Put some WD-40 on that door. It won't make that noise.
Yeah, and I'm sleeping in this house that was built like in 1930. So it's like feels weird. It feels like a little house on the prairie type house. And it's like, I can't sleep in there, bro. I'm having problems.
Do you believe in like? I know you're into conspiracies. And Michelle Adana, you could also like chime in, but are you any of you do you believe in ghosts? Like, or have you had a ghost encounter before?
Ooh, Michelle Adana, I'm gonna let you answer that first.
Listen, I I'm respectful to whoever is out there. All I say is like, please, no, I come in peace. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to ask any questions. I'm fine. I don't need the answers. I'm good. I don't fuck with any of that. No, like off the bat, like I literally have like I don't watch scary movies. I just watched Scream for the first time.
The original or the remake or the last one?
The original. I'm a little late, but that's how scared I watched Ring when I was like 5. I watched The Ring when I was 5, and after that I was like, yeah, no, there's probably a woman waiting to kill me somewhere. So no.
The Ring scares me, man. I don't like The Ring.
And
the Ring is scary.
That little girl scares the shit out of me. If I saw a little girl, I'll fucking cry, bro.
Bitch, like come here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, usually little kids in scary movies don't scare me because they just seem like I just know that they're probably a bratty child actor under there, you know, who's like, where's my trailer? Mom, not now, okay? I'm filming. Like I just feel like it's an asshole kid. But the Ring was different because the Ring, like the hair covered her face, so you didn't even know what was under there. Like that shit was scary.
So I don't fuck with any of that ghost stuff, none of that.
Really?
All I want to say, if y'all are very respectful, please do not fuck
shit.
with me. Please do not. I'm not saying I don't believe in it. I'm just saying I don't even want to think about it. I'm too pussy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say I'm a scaredy cat. I don't want to mess. Respect, con todo respeto. Please leave me alone. Thank you.
All right.
The thing is, there's a lot of people that I know that they casually say that they've had a ghost experience.
I had one, bro.
That's what I'm. So you have, but so you're casual about it. If I had one supernatural ghost experience, I'd be in a straitjacket, you know, in the psychiatric institute the next day, yo. Like I'd be like, yo, he's out there, yo, she's out there, you know. I'd be bugging out, and everybody that I know is just like, yeah, I saw an old woman in my kitchen, the spirit of an old lady in my kitchen. I'm like, wait, how did you not run out your house, jump out the window?
Yeah.
No, it happens.
I can't be casual. I'm not casual about it. Frank, what is this casual ghost experience?
I shared this experience a long time ago, Jamie. You don't remember? Maybe like 3-4 years ago. I shared this on the podcast. Right. When I was like 6 years old, my mother had a picture. I swear to God, I used to sleep in the living room. We used to, back in the days, a lot of us 2 bedrooms. I used to sleep in the living room. Used to open up a sofa and I used to sleep in the living room. And my mother had a picture of the white Jesus on the wall. And I woke up around 3 o'clock in the morning one time, and the white Jesus came off and he started floating in the room. I swear to God. I was like 6 years old. You ever seen that white Jesus in your mother's house? I saw white Jesus moving and floating in the air. I was like 6 years old. I swear to God, bro. White Jesus, he was white. It was like a ghost, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. He was just moving.
And he was went like back Jesus, like he had the goatee and the long hair.
He had the goatee, the blonde hair, and he went back into the picture. And I remember I just closed my eyes and I went to sleep. I'll never forget that. Yeah, bro.
And you sure it wasn't a dream, right?
No, it was the white Jesus that we see with the goat, with the goatee.
You hadn't been drinking that night?
Nah. I was like 6 years old.
A little bit of the holy water, you know?
No holy water. I was 6 years old. I wasn't drinking or nothing, bro. Okay, no smoking, nothing. Right.
So you saw the Holy Ghost. You didn't just see a ghost.
Right.
Like, that's like the ghost of all ghosts.
Exactly. You won the game before it even started. Like, wow.
No,
did you tell your mom about it?
Nah, I never told her. I didn't want to scare her. I was a little kid. I was like, yo, let me not say nothing.
Yeah.
She'd probably be happy.
Like she would have been proud. Yeah, like she would have taken you to church and been like, tell the congregation what you just saw in my house. We're so protected. Jesus pulled up, like Jesus dead ass came to my house only. My son saw it. He might be the Messiah. You know, like.
Oh my gosh, Jesus pulled up. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yo, and Latinos, like religious Latinos, if they hear of anything like that,
right?
And I think I've told this story too in the past, but there was across the street from me is like a church, and in the tree, there's a tree across the street from the church, and people thought they saw like the image of the Virgin Mary on that tree, and there was a big ass line of people like every day for like a week, like trying to see this image on the tree. And
I see Jesus on the tree, yo.
And it was all these like religious, and then so the church didn't even like. The church was like, "Nah, we're not gonna co-sign this," because the church they don't, they're not really like, if it's not something that they found, like they're not gonna trust it. You know what I'm saying? So they were like, "Nah, this tree shit sounds sketchy." Wow. But everybody in the neighborhood was just like. And I walked by the image and I was like, I kind of guess, I guess you can.
I see it, man. I see Jesus on the tree. You see the face right there?
Like counterclockwise, maybe I saw.
If you bend a little and squint,
If you squint a little.
She kind of looked like, she kind of looked like a virgin from like, if I close my eyes real quick. No, what scared me? Because now we're just getting into this ghost topic. I used to like when you're like in bed and like you can't move, right? And so that used to paralysis.
Oh my Lord.
And that used to happen to me like when I was younger a lot.
What the hell? Why?
I didn't know why, and then I like an idiot. Like I'm talking to somebody and I told them this, and like they were like, "Yo, yeah, that's like a ghost holding you down or some shit."
Holding you down?
No,
I don't know. No. I don't know what freaky ghost is holding me down in my bed. But like once they told me that, like every time it happened after that, I was like, "Oh, great!" I'm like,
"Here I go. They're holding me down."
I was like, "Help! Someone else is a ghost here with me!" Like,
shit, Jamie.
But that's like a freaky thing to think about because it's like it's like this force. Like you cannot. Well, I wasn't able to get out of it. It was basically
I heard about it.
I felt stuck. I felt like, and then it would just take all of my whatever energy that I could muster to like just move my hand or something, and then it would just kind of it would kind of rub off. Right? Like once I got something moving, then it rubbed off. But like, luckily that hasn't been an issue like as an adult. But
oh my God,
yo, that was a thing right there. So maybe
I heard those are like espiritu. They call those shit espiritu. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yo, that's sleep paralysis.
You needed like a cleansing or something in your room or something, bro.
For real. Holy shit. Get some sage or something.
Get some sage and stuff.
Like an exorcist, like a priest coming in. Shit, like, may the power of Christ compel you. And I'm just like, charcoal.
Ow. Oh man.
Some Palo Santo, yeah.
Some Palo Santo, something, bro.
I don't know. Wow. I think I just put like some Lysol spray or some shit. Some Febreze. Febreze just takes them all out. You have any ghost issues? Febreze that shit out. Okay, well, this was like a very spooky conversation. But it is spooky season, right? So
yes.
But we actually our guest on this episode is not spooky. He's actually a pretty cool guy. We got Mike Success.
Oh, okay.
And the success is in his name, so everything's going well for the guy. Wow. And he is a talent manager. He he manages Maleni Cruz, Chicklet, Maleni Cruz, both of them. Nice. Devontae Magic, a bunch of other people, and he's kind of. In this interview, he breaks down like what it is to be a talent manager, like what he looks for in clients, things that clients do that maybe they shouldn't do or they should do. He gives you kind of the lowdown. So I know we got a lot of like aspiring actors and who listen to the podcast. So this is going to be an interesting one for y'all because if you're looking for a manager or an agent, you might get some nuggets of wisdom from this one. So
it's gonna be interesting.
I'm excited for it.
Let's do it. Let's listen to the interview with Mike Success.
Let's go.
Do it.
Now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. What's up, Peloeros? How we care for our minds affects how we experience life. So it's important to invest time and care into keeping them healthy. All right. And look, there's plenty of ways to support a healthy brain, like learning a new language, right? Or taking power naps. That's what I do. I love my power naps. But there's also BetterHelp online therapy. And that's what we're here to talk about. BetterHelp. It's online therapy. Okay. It offers video, phone, and even live chat only therapy sessions. So nobody has to see you, when you're getting your therapy, Rachel. I know you like to get, dolled up. But you could just do it old school on the phone and get therapy from there, right?
I love that option. I do.
And any thoughts with you guys about why someone should try therapy?
Well, Jamie, how we care for our minds affects how we experience life. I remember being told many times while I was pregnant, happy mommy equals happy baby, happy mommy, happy baby. And so I always made an effort to just focus on happiness throughout both pregnancies because I wanted my boys to be happy. And I think it's really important to be in tune with your mental state and realize when there could be the need for some help. And now in 2022, it's so amazing that there's BetterHelp online. You're matched up with a therapist within 48 hours. It's so 2022, people. Like old school people like me who've sat with therapists in their office, like this is so much easier and it'll allow you to take better help of yourself. Focus on your happiness. And I know as being a member of the Latino community, there are some bad habits that I've been subjected to that I needed to really call out and say, yo, I'm gonna break this chain right now. Reverse. Let's reverse. And therapy can help doing that, So holler at BetterHelp Therapy.
And Frank, this is affordable as well, which is what we like.
Jamie, I'm seeing that, and being in Washington Heights and going through COVID, I'm going to have to speak to a lot of people because we need therapy up here. And it's, like you said, it's very affordable, and then in-person therapy. And what I love about it, guys, that you can be matched up with a therapist in under 48 hours. Yeah, that's amazing to me.
That's a big plus. And another big plus is our listeners get 10% off their first month.
Wow.
At BetterHelp.com.
Incredible.
www.betterhelp.com/Latinos Out Loud.
Wow. That's better, BETTER, help, HELP.com/Latinos Out Loud. All right, LOLeros, guess what time it is? Just take a guess. Yep, you guessed it. It's that time of the show where we interview someone amazing. I know I say the same thing every time we have a guest, but every guest's amazing, okay? That's it. They come on the show because basically the criteria is you're amazing and you're doing amazing things for our amazing community. That's it. So please put your hands together one time from Mike Success Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Yo, Mike.
Already, Mike. Success is like your middle name, right? I mean,
that's a lot of pressure, bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. My birth certificate.
I have a similar. It's like mine is Jamie Manager Expectations Fernandez. So it's not as confident as Success, but I feel like I'm getting there.
No. I like that. Better than Meatloaf.
Better than Meatloaf.
Way better. I have a simple one. It's just Ann, A-N-N, very Jewish. I never really do people's introductions justice, although everyone loves the hype woman stuff. I want you, if you can, to explain to all the LOLeros out there what you do for a living.
Okay. So for a living, I started right now as, I would say I'm a talent manager. Was going to say influencer manager, but it's turned into talent. And the name of the company is called This Group. And this is an acronym that I know Rachel loves acronyms for.
I love acronyms.
For trust, honesty, integrity, and success.
Wow.
We started as management, became marketing because of me and my partner, Don. Just the relationships that we were having, and people really wanted to say, hey, who else do you have? We want to work with you, And then now we're getting into the media space. So that's the short version. I could go on and tell you about, my life is not that great, you know what I mean? But it's good. No, I like to that's what I loved about just the whole, why I did the film festival, and I love educating. I love doing that. I come from, it takes a village to raise. So, anything that I can do to help any person, it doesn't matter, who it is, to be honest with you, but especially in our Black and brown communities,
Mike, I saw you on the panel at the Futuro panel. And you were dropping mad gems, in terms of, talent managing and, psychology when it comes to, getting in your talent's head. And I know, I don't want to say your age, but me and you we're on the same.
No, it's fine.
We're in the 47. Same frequency. We were kind of.
47.
Okay, we're in around the same age. I mean, you're into this game right now, in the digital age right now, and most of these social media influencers that kind of do their own thing, they record, they manage themselves, so on and so forth. You know, how do you take that from them? How do you have them like trust you? Because I feel a lot of people have trust issues, especially artists, when it comes to their art. How do you say to people, yo, trust me?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why we do some things that are a little bit unorthodox, especially in the management space. I mean, even from the beginning, my mom used to be like, "Oh, you're crazy," you know. And what we do is we don't do paperwork in the beginning, right? Because
Nice.
it's
I like that.
we
Old
usually do
school,
like
baby.
we do like 90 days where we don't do any type of paperwork, because we got to see, because that is something. Trust is huge, and that's why, you know, that's the first letter of our acronym, trust, right? So, you know, one of the influencers said, "Imagine me getting screwed over by somebody from a company with what that stands for, right? Because those are our morals." You know, in our communities, a lot of times I say that, and I'll stick with the influencers because we have different talent, but let's focus on that because that's kind of like the I'll say the hot topic or whatever. To me, it's like the new hip hop, right? And you're coming from, I'll say for us, right? Because there is, you know, you have TikTok houses in Cali. I'm not talking about any of that. That's completely different than as far as for what I'm talking about right now. You have the Black and brown, the urban community. And a lot of times you're coming up and you know, you can do this and I want to be an influencer, and all you need is a phone. It's really it, right? So what happens is that you look around and you look for the people that are close to you, because those are the people that you normally trust. Hey, my cousin, whoever, you'll be my videographer, and hey, you can talk for me. I don't know how to talk. You can talk for me. You'll be my manager. But a lot of times, a lot of those people are not capable of the positions because this is a business now. It's not just a hobby, right? So a lot of times it's, you know, the trust is a big thing. So we don't go, you know, I equate this to meeting somebody. Let's just say you go out one night and you meet somebody and you hit it off with them. And they're like, all right, come live with me. Damn, I just met you. I just know, you know what I'm saying? We had a good hour, but like, relax. So that's why we don't do that, because there's too many people are so focused on this money and I'm gonna lock you in, and then relax. Our approach is more about the person. We don't even talk. So many times we have meetings in the office and it's like, people are like, damn, I didn't even think it was gonna be like this, because you think I'm going to an office, I'm gonna have a meeting, and we just talk about who you are, especially the first time. Who are you as a person? Forget all the other, I don't care about any of that. Who are you? We figure that out, and we see if you're a good person or not. Because I don't care how much, I don't care if I can make millions of dollars with you tomorrow. If you're not a good person, we're not doing anything. And that's different because so many people are so focused, and people come to us, especially influencer stuff, and they do this and we can make money, and if we 1% of those following, relax. We're about longevity. We're about building careers. Am I allowed to curse?
Of course you are.
Yeah. No, but the thing is that I wish that our slogan, it could be this group, we actually give a shit. I wish that could be our slogan, because we do. You know what I mean? But, you know, you have to be around us to understand it. And that's what happens. A lot of the talent that we've gotten has come to us through word of mouth, of being like, damn, I didn't realize you were behind that. I'm seeing this, and it's like, it's this person. And we're not here just trying to take a percentage of your money, right? Where we don't take that from you. We want to add. We never want to say we want to add to you. So we always try to make sure that everybody is okay with what it is, right? We do things sometimes where we don't take money, right? Like even with our artists now, anything under $500, we don't touch. We don't need that percentage. We don't need that $100.
Look at that. You're building the artist like that. Yes.
Right. Because at that point, you know, it's not a lot of money, right? But to them, that could be a cell bill being paid, right? And you're building. We want to build you. We care about your career. I don't care about like 100. And I'm not saying it's, you know, everybody's, it's different to everybody, but I'm talking more about the beginning, right? So we don't want to take from anybody, because we do put a lot of time. Because think about it. My partner said this, and I was like, I don't know if he got it from somewhere, but it was so true, and it hit hard for me as a manager. He was like, we do 100% of the work. for 20% of the pay. And it's crazy when you think about it, because that's what we do. That's what we do, you know? So, you know, we're just different than everybody else. I know it. I have my chest out with it. I don't care what room I'm in. It doesn't matter who's around. I know who we are. I know what we're about, and I know what we do. So, you know, I'm very
I saw that in
confident
that panel, man. You spoke like that, bro.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just, we living in a crazy world, you know, and it's just, you know, what used to be the norm, as I was raised to be the norm, is now abnormal. So
exactly, that's
what I
what I
was
was headed
raised
at.
on,
Exactly.
you stand out. That's what I stand out. That's what I tell my kids all the time, you know. So it's crazy.
Mike, what are some of the things that artists should know when they get the manager, right? Because I mean, a lot of people that don't have managers look for managers, agents. In their head, they're like, "Oh, I got one now. Like that's what I need to go into the stratosphere." But like, what do they have to provide for you to become kind of the success that they want to become? You know, to get to the place where they want to become, because they can't just rest on their talent, right?
Yeah. Well, I think nowadays, you know, perception and clout, that like runs everything, right? So somebody wants to say they have a manager just to say they have a manager. You're just saying that you have a manager and you're not even doing anything. So you shouldn't have a manager, to be honest with you. You should be doing things on your own until you get to a point. Because it's funny, one of our clients now, I spoke to him 2 years ago, and it wasn't a client. It was just, we were talking. We spoke probably for about 2 hours about just this kind of conversation. I said, you'll know when you need a manager. And then, you know, a year later, yo, Mike, now I know, because it starts to get overwhelming, right? So a lot of times people think they know they need a manager, but they don't want to let go. And we're having problems with that sometimes now too, right? Because you're so accustomed to doing it. It goes back to the trust. That's what it all goes back to. And we're very upfront, right? So a manager should be an asset to you. If you start to look at your manager, like some people look at us as agents, and we're not agents, right? We are in the shop. We are in the passenger seat of your car. This is your career, because you got to do this. We'll help you, and we'll help you say, hey, make a right, make a left. That's what we think you should do. If you want to run through a barricade, that's on you, right? We just sit there and we advise and tell you and say, hey, this is that. And of course, with relationships, you know, things are different, and experiences. Hey, look, this is what it is. We always we're not yes men, at least for us, we're not yes men. We tell you what we feel. We tell you what it is. We lay it down. We lay it out. But ultimately, you make the decision. We don't convince people. So, you know, the manager role, especially like what you were asking, Jamie, is like they think that, oh, I got a manager, and I'm now.
Red carpet. Where's that red carpet? I need to walk on it.
Where is my Met Gala invite? Okay, I have the dress already.
That's how it is. That's how it is, and they think, and it's like, listen, you still gotta work. I can't do it. I can't manage anything if you're not doing anything. Well, what am I supposed to do with that? If you sit on your ass, it's like getting a record deal, and then, you know what I'm saying, like back in the days, and now you're like, okay, I'm good. No, you have to continue to work, right? It's like, you know, but people just think I got a manager, I got even actors, I got an agent. You got to do what you got to do. No one's going to work for you. No one cares. That's how I look at it. Nobody gives a shit at all, except for us. But seriously, you have to have that process and that mindset. Like, nobody cares. So I'm going to do what I have to do. And then when people come, it's like, okay, great. You know, let's go. You know, there's talent. There's some people that are so talented, and it's like they get in their own way. And they don't understand it. And then it goes back to the mindset. And this is why we're so key on the mindset, because there's a lot of work that we do just in conversation, because I'm a mindset person, right? And it's like, you can say something and you can be popular and you can have this, but if your mind is not right, there's nothing is going to happen. So we got to get that right, because I can be telling you something and you have your own issues or whatever that is. We all have our own situations, but I'm at a point, I'm done pulling people. I always talk about the push-pull syndrome. I'm not pulling anybody. If I got to pull you, that's pulling more strain on me. And you really don't care. But if I'll push you because you're going in the direction, all day long, I'll push everybody. Here, let's go, because that's the type of person. But I'm done pulling. I'm not, because I'm sitting here trying to pull you, and I'm a very active husband and I'm a very active father. So if I'm pulling you and I'm taking time away from my family, so I don't have time to waste, right? So it's a constant education with people, and it's like you're dealing with, we have 9-year-old. I don't know if you guys know Summer Rose Castillo. She's one of our, so you have 9 years old.
Shout out to April Lee.
April Castillo. She was a guest here. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys met Zalo, Summer's dad?
I haven't met Zalo yet.
Zalo?
Yeah, Zalo.
That's my guy.
Zalo's
my. You would think me and Zalo know each other for years. That's my guy. That's my guy. But but it's different. Like even coming, you got to know how to work, and you got to know how to navigate, and you got to be a good person. If you're not a good person, I think managers have a horrible name. They're like the used car salesman. You know what I mean? And it's like that like that's how people look at it. I've heard so many stories of, oh, give me money under the table if you want to work with my client. Like, how crazy is that? You know what I mean? And they're always just looking for their money, and they're looking for their pocket. So I tell people, the asshole manager, we got that guy already. He's out there. We don't need to be that. that position is filled. We're good. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I can sit here and talk for hours about all of this stuff, because it kills me, and I just see people taking advantage. I see people getting taken advantage, and it's like, I'm a type of person, I'll give you the skin off my back, not even only the shirt,
I hear you, Mike, but that's also beautiful at the same time. And the Latino community needs those Mother Teresa's, fathers, out there to uplift and to educate and to guide. I want to read a quote that you have in your bio. Says here, a lot of ideas are great. A lot of execution is better. I want to talk to you about those executions. So I know you're working with a lot of great talent. Talk to us and the LOLeros, the LOL Hive. Talk to us about how you execute and what you execute. I know you're doing stuff with your influencers on behalf of some pretty enormous brands. Give us some examples. Give the LOLeros some ideas on how this execution works.
Well, the first thing is let's control what we can control. That's why I always say ideas. You speak with everybody, and it depends on energies, right? We can be in a room, and ideas will be great. We'll be flowing, like yeah. We're gonna do that, and then we step away from each other, and maybe two of us, or none of us, or one of us actually continues because they were feeling and feeding off the energy, and everybody sits there. Like it got to a point like, when I was younger, if we had 250,000, we could, but we don't. So what are we doing? Right? Like that's the thing. I don't want to talk about all this pixie dust, right? And one of my first hip hop artists that I managed, he had told me, use your natural resources. And that's what I do now. So that's how you execute, is what I don't want to hear about, I wish we could have, and we need to get on, and only if they, and whip it. What do we got? What are we doing? And if we can't, then we can't. It is what it is. I'm going through that right now. And a lot of times you got to think, when you're dealing with creatives, there's a lot of ideas. They're all over the place. Like Chicklet used to tell me, he would call me with an idea, and he'd be like, Mike, I hate telling you ideas, because you're like, okay, so how we doing it? Right? He's like, yo, it's just an idea. I just want to throw it out. And I'm like, yeah, but what are we doing? How are we doing it? Right? And that's what I think a lot of people don't have, because they waste time on the idea of it, right? Like, or they waste time on what they don't have. Like I say, the problem is one sentence. The rest of the conversation should be a solution.
Yo, quick shout out to Chicklet, by the way. Shout out to Chicklet and Maleni. Maleni's a former guest of the Latinos Out Loud podcast. Chicklet is going to be a guest in the future. I'm just putting that out in the universe.
No, I got you.
I would like to know about some of the things that the common Joses and Josefas that we might have seen out there, like por ejemplo, like Maleni does a lot of stuff with the Fashion Nova partnership. What are some of the things that the common Joes and Joannas can see that you've created for your influencers? Are there any programs or campaigns that you're really proud of that you want to share with us right now?
The one that I was really proud of was the when they did the Super Bowl campaign. They did a Hulu with Hulu. They did a Super Bowl campaign, Super Bowl 50, I think, and it was dope. I loved that, you know, because for a while it was just the three of us, right? It was Chicklet first, and Maleni was Chicklet's girlfriend, and then it was the two of them, and then we made a conscious effort to kind of separate and have Maleni be Maleni, which is great because now people be like, oh, Maleni and her boyfriend, and I tell her all the time, I'm like, yo, I love to see that, right? And I love to hear that because I'm like, damn, we've came a long way from that, you know, and especially her. Like, you came a long way from being Chicklet's girl. Now it's Maleni and her boyfriend in certain aspects, you know? But yeah, I mean, I don't really touch the creative as far as with them. You know, we'll throw ideas. I don't care. I'm that guy. I'll throw 100 ideas. And if you don't like any, great, but at least it might spark something. But they're really good with that. A lot of the campaigns are based off of our relationships, as far as for what the relationships that I've had with these companies and these agencies. And it's just like, I'm proud of getting them the money that they deserve, right? Because there's a lot of times that some people come low, and it's fine. And I just, you know, we've said no to a few things, but the best is when they're comfortable with the number, they like the, you know, whatever brand. It just makes it so much easier, and everybody's happy. The brand is happy, they're happy. You know, I enjoy being behind the scenes. I enjoy handling the business for them, right? And that's really what I like to do because, like I said, I know this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I know it.
Mike,
and I'm not. I don't. Yep.
Talking about lowballing, you know, something you mentioned on the panel that I kind of know goes on, but you spoke about being lowballed and finding out that, you know, Caucasians and some African American clientele that you found out was being offered more money than your clients because your clients are Latino. So speak more on that.
So there was a brand, and like even there, I don't want to mention the brand or the person, but it was definitely a Hispanic creator that they offered $200 to do something. We ended up having a conversation with there was a Caucasian female from California. We were having a conversation, and this is one of that we represent. And it was a beginning conversation, and she brought up the brand. And I was like, yo, I really don't like that brand because I knew what they had done. Like, oh, I think they were great. I was like, really? She was like, yeah, it was. They gave me $20,000.
Wow.
$20,000. That's crazy. And they got me pissed. Right? I was tight. And then one of my other partners, there was another brand, a bigger brand. They offered the black creator $20,000 and the white creator $100,000. And, you know, props to the white creator. He's amazing. He said, no, I'm not doing it because he didn't think that was fair. And that, you know, that says, to me, that's testament to who he is, right? But it happens. And that's, you know, like I said there, that's what we're fighting for. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, Malcolm X of the influencer world or, you know, but the thing is that you're not gonna treat my people like that. And when I say my people, I'm talking about, it could be anybody. You're just not gonna take advantage. And it's happening. It's happening. So, you know, we take the Rockefeller blueprint, right? That's why we kind of got into the media aspect. We're gonna do things ourselves. You know, we'll figure out if we get the money, we don't get the money. Like, we're figuring it out. We have people, we have talented individuals. You got cameras, you got editors, you got shooters, you got this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I'm just not waiting anymore. I'm not gonna try to do it. We're gonna show you exactly what it is. And all of these initiatives that they have out there.
Yes.
Nah.
You're dropping gems, bro. You're dropping gems.
Fun.
You're dropping gems, man.
Yeah, we knew when we saw
I would
you.
do it in process.
We knew when we saw you at the New York Latino Film Festival, we're like, oh, this is someone who's going to educate on our show too. So let's bring him on.
But I'm fun. I'm really fun. I really think about it. Like, I be joking around.
That's good.
Mike, you said you're a business guy. Growing up, were you always had that? Were you a creative Like, did you have aspirations to be kind of a performer, something? And, you know, did you play the flute in school? Something like that, were very performative?
Yes.
Yes.
I was, growing up, like in my early 20s, like late teens, I was Puff Poppy. I don't know if you knew that.
Puff Poppy.
Yo, that whole shiny suit, that was all me. See, the thing is that I was a dancer at heart. That's how I started, right? And, you know, I looked up to Puff. Like, I was like, damn, he started as a dancer. And I was around business my whole life. My grandmother had a bar, you know, for 40 years in the Bronx. My mom had a company that I named when I was 10 years old. I named it. I gave it the slogan, gave her for her first 3 orders. My mom took me to the Bahamas. She was like, oh, that's your commission. So I kind of fell in love with that. But I love music. That's what I'm saying. I was a dancer or whatever. So, you know, I really love the creative part of it. And like I said, I could perform all day long. Like, that's why I don't mind being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
But I don't need to, right? Like, I shine the light. My job is to shine a light on everybody. And I can do that. You know, when I used to go out with hostings in the beginning with Chicklet and Maleni, oh, we need to take a picture with the manager. No, we good. You don't need a picture with the manager. I don't need that. As long as they're good. And that's the thing. And what's happened is that as we formed this company, me and my partner, it was hard for us because we were behind the scenes. Like, that's all we cared about. But then we realized, hey, we got to shine the light on the company. And right now the company is us. So in order to do things like this, it helps the company because we have to do it. Because again, the company is an influencer, so to speak. So how do we shed light on that? Hey, let's educate. Let's do what we do, because he and I are the same way. He's just a Jamaican version of me. That's the same personality. Like, it's just crazy. We're connected spiritually. Like, we're just, it just happened and made too much sense. But yeah, that's why, like, I think it's easy for me to deal with a creative, because I get it. I understand it. And my, you know, a saying is, art is never wrong, that I say, because I can't tell you how to do your art form. It's an expression. Nobody can tell you if you're right or you're wrong. It's your expression. Now, if we're talking business, now that's a different conversation. But I can't tell you how to sing, dance, act, do your comment, whatever it is. I can't tell you that. Who the hell am I? That's your expression.
Is Puff Poppy still, like, does he come out like in weddings, and does he dance? Do you still have that in you? Like, when
he got the moves. He got the moves still.
All day. But when I see it on video, I'm like, damn. I was talking to my brother Vic, because we went out. We go to something called the Freedom Party. They play old school music. My wife's a dancer, like, too. It's not like, you know, I sit in the corner, we dance, and I'm sitting there looking. I'm like, damn. Puff Poppy got the AARP or something, like. I swear I'm killing it. I'm like, damn, you killing it, boom, boom. And then you see the video, I'm like,
it's like the running man look like the jogging man. And meet me on the corner of Beach Street and
Roxy.
Oh man.
Oh, Rachel, don't get started with Rachel. Know all the clubs.
Yo.
I mean, Frank too. I started clubbing here in the city at 16. Rocking out in the Palladium, the Tunnel, Esso, Vertigo,
1018.
all of it.
I still think Rachel should write a book about her experience with the New York nightlife. I think that'll be a page turner.
Maybe one day. I'm just happy to be alive, really. Considering the things me and my girlfriends did in that club era here in New York City and who we rode home with. I'm just thankful to be alive, really.
No, I get that.
Mike, I want to thank you for also being alive and for sharing all this knowledge and for also putting life into our community via what you do for a living. You're doing something that it's our turn to do. It's our turn. There's been a long time where others have been tapped into this. However, it's really exciting to see that there are more and more of these BIPOC and Latino AEIOXYZ coming out, you know, these influencers coming out and connecting with brands, connecting with giant corporations. I know you've got some work going on in the TV space. When you're ready to announce that, we want to invite you back to the Latinos Out Loud podcast. We want to celebrate with you because your clients are our friends and we've been supporting them from afar. And it's nice actually to meet somebody, like you said, in the passenger seat, helping them with their careers. So shout out to you. We got to sign off, but I would love for you to drop a sentence or two on those prospective influencers out there and or those future mic successes out there. Give them some advice on how to navigate this and how to become something like what, you know, I don't want to say like how to become you, but how to get on that same trajectory as you.
No, I get it. And real quick, we're going to end up, we're working on a curriculum. We're going to really be doing something like this where we can teach how to become manager, agent, influencer, all of that. Like really, that's a big thing for us as far as that education process.
Yes.
But I'm glad that you said not to be a you. Like everybody has to be themselves. And I think whether you're an influencer or manager, you have to be who you are, whatever that is. Don't look at anybody else. You got to have tunnel vision. You have to do what you feel. You have to do what your passion is. Stop chasing money. I understand we live in this money-driven world. They always say money over everything. No, it's passion over everything. It's family over everything. Forget about the money. The money will come. That money will come. But stop trying to be everybody else. If you see a Chicklet that has 4 million, don't try to be Chicklet. Don't try to be this one. Music people, don't try to be anybody else. Be who you are. There's an audience for you. But you have to show people and you have to be authentic. There's too much talent out here. So it's sad at the same time, like you're special, but you're not special, right? But you got to show people your personality and why you're special. Your talent is not, because there's singers, there's everybody out here can do everything. What makes you different? And it's who you are. You got to you understand what that is. If you collect pens, start talking about collecting pens. I don't care what it is, but just be true and authentic. Like my mom says, to thine own self be true, and that'll help in business and in person.
Amen. One time for Mike success, people. Say that out loud. Mike success.
Yes. Mom.
Yeah.
Ma, I'm not done yet.
Mommy, back
Mom,
that
that was
burning,
like,
yo.
Back
Mira,
in the
qué
day.
success, qué success. Wow, so we got some gems in there. We got some gems in this interview. Mike Success talking about why he is successful.
He dropped gems. He dropped a lot of old school gems on everybody.
He's dropping gems. You gotta pick it up, y'all. Don't just leave him on the ground, you know.
Wow.
I need to send him an email.
Right.
Quickly.
No, you know what? A lot of the listeners are gonna be like, so where's his email? I gotta I'm gonna hit him up and just DM him like, yo, I heard you on the podcast, and I don't know if you're looking for some new clients, but let me holler at you for a second. So yeah, so a very, very cool interview, and you know, a fun show. This was a fun show. I enjoyed myself. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah,
well,
same.
We kind of scared ourselves actually in the beginning. So
no, yeah.
But hopefully the Que Lo Que Es won't scare anybody away. Que Lo Que time. Let's go.
All right.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, vamos a bailar otra vez. Que lo que, 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 que lo que. 1, 2, 3, menéate otra vez. Que lo que, 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 que lo que.
All right.
Yeah.
Que Lo Que
Que
time.
mama, yeah.
Que Lo Que.
Que Lo Que.
Que Lo Que.
Hi, Que Lo Que.
Oh my gosh, Que Lo Que.
I just want to give shout out to Yero.com as always. They are the news and lifestyle platform for Latino men.
Yes.
And as Latin Heritage Month wraps up, Yero.com is highlighting new kicks from Converse. All right. So this is just for us. This is just for nuestra gente. So, you know, you're gonna, you know, Converse is for the culture. And so visit Yero.com to get an eyeful of that. And
do that.
I'm at J Ferns Instagram, J_Ferns Twitter. I am looking at Frank Nibs. Can you give us your que lo que es?
My que lo que will be to, I mean, you know, again, what's going on in Puerto Rico, what's going on in DR, the hurricane. There's a lot going on down there. I want to give a shout out to Bad Bunny. He has a good song called El Apagón, I believe. He talks about a little bit of what's going on over there.
Yeah.
And let's just keep our eye on what's going on over there. Let's not lose sight of what's going on over there, because after Hurricane Maria, I thought we lost sight of what's going on over there. So I hope this galvanizes everybody, and we keep on looking at what's going on over there politically. So yeah, that's my que lo que, baby. Thank you.
Well said.
Yes.
For me, I'll say like I want to double up on Puerto Rico and what's going on in the Caribbean right now, because they were already fucked over last time, and this is only messing it up even more. You know, when y'all sent me to the New York Latino Film Festival, I spoke with the Carmen Yulín, who's a politician out there, and she was almost in tears about how she wasn't able to get the help to everyone that needed it. And so this happening again, I can't even imagine. We really gotta send some money over there, send some help, and seeing like the people gotta keep protesting, get, you know, that's your land, and more support to you, and just so many blessings to them. And I just hope that the Caribbean just is able to breathe a little lighter soon, because this is just a lot of hard shit coming at them back to back. But shout out to everyone over there dealing with it and taking care of family members and everything like that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Hurricanes, man, they're just like, I don't know, Mother Nature's going through something right now, because there's hurricanes everywhere, man.
Listen.
Also,
yeah,
you know,
climate change is real, yeah.
Let me not get into that.
Yeah, Frank has his theories. That's a future
I gotta do a Frankspiracy and what's happened to Puerto Rico since Maria, and those hurricanes keep on going through there, and there's people that saying that they're actually being fabricated to go through those, and it's like ripping that country apart.
Yeah. Well, they need a break, because they just had a catastrophic one just a couple years ago, and now they have another one. And also shout out to the hurricane we had in the States, and you know, I think it mostly hit Florida, but it was hitting a bunch of other like neighboring states and stuff like that. So shout out to the people there that lost their homes. We don't want to end on a bad note, so but we are, because I have nothing else. I was like, wait, we don't want to end on a bad note. So here's a picture of puppies.
Oh my God.
No, but thanks, Frank, Michelle Adana again for guest starring. Coming through.
Thank you.
You've been blessing us on a few of these episodes, and so we've had a lot of fun with you. And I guess there's only 2 words to say now, and you guys can join me for this. So I'm gonna do another 3 count. 1, 2, 3. We out.
Sonora.